Good morning, students. Today we are here with Chapter 11, Marketing Management, Part A. In this, we'll be dealing with introduction and various marketing management philosophies which have developed over a period of time. Now, first we need to understand what is market. Today, the term market should not be restricted to a specific place as it was earlier. It includes the entire area where buyers and sellers contact each other to purchase and sell commodities at certain price. Today, business is conducted through telephone, mail, internet, etc. We know that certain commodities have national and even international market. Let us see the traditional concept of market. What comes to your mind or a child when learns is commodities being displayed at a physical place, seller, buyer coming at that particular place. Change of time. If we see a simple example of marketing process, it includes target market, creating demand and adding value. For example, a marketer of cell phones, before making the sale, does a lot of other activities such as analyzing the need and wants of customers, planning the type and the model of cell phone to be produced, then fixes the price at which it would be sold and sells the relevant market. Now we see the two extremes, one online marketing and other the departmental display. Now the question comes, what could be marketed? First, the physical commodities like your consumer goods, capital goods, vegetables, books, TV, soft drinks. Then services like your professionals giving their specialized knowledge, your chartered accountant, doctors, advocate, financial services, banking, insurance, online trading, etc. Then ideas like blood donation, say no to drugs, no smoking, clean India. Then persons. We can market persons also. For example, in election campaign, candidates are marketed and voters are convinced to vote them. Then is place. Marketing of place is common today. Tourism department provides to visit various places like Agra, Jaipur, Munnar, Mysore. Then events. Much scope to promote sports events like Olympics, World Cup, football festivals like Onam, Diwali. These are events. All these, so we categorize it into goods, services, ideas, person, place, and events. You get one more question on this. You might be given that Kerala going for tourism with the backlog water, what is being marketed here? Please. Like some people, they confuse. We had this question and people started writing idea, that idea of developing tourism. Ideas, if we develop a particular system, for example, medical tourism concept, making India a medical tourism hub was an idea. A Western country with 1 month holiday, they come in India and doctors are available at a very cheap price. So with marginal differences in the concept, you have to identify for 1 mark question. Next is features of marketing. Now let's be very alert over here. I have merged in one slide only rather than taking 4 slides, but we'll go in this detail. First, fulfilling needs and wants. Need means something which is desperate. For example, you want to travel from Ranchi to Dhanbad or maybe some other place. Now, you want to travel in Benz car. that is a want. So marketing is a process of fulfilling the needs and wants of the consumers. All the people have almost the same need, but their wants are different. You are hungry, you want to eat something, but you want to have chicken biryani. That is want. So want and need, what you could see at the one uh, first figure, need and wants to be balanced. Then the second one, creating market offerings. The second feature, what we say is market offer, is referring to providing complete information about the product and the services. Whatever you have to provide. For example, providing information about the name of the product, service, type, price, size, center, availability. A good market offer is always prepared, keeping in mind the need and the priorities of the customer. What you could see in the second one, available here. Then the third one, customer value, value and price. At times when you're very hungry and you go to a good restaurant to have something, you say value for money, satisfied with the quality of the food. So value and price. Buyers take a decision based on their view about the value for the money of a product or the service in satisfying their needs. Cost element is also an important factor. So what is needed on the part of the marketer is that adding value to the product so that customer prefers it in relation to the competing products in the market. A seller who does not give attention to the importance of the buyer pays to a product is sure to lag behind in the race of competition. Then is exchange mechanism. What you could see there. Literal meaning of marketing is exchanging things. Market had two sides, buyer, seller. Market becomes possible only by the medium of exchange between the two. And seller gives goods and services in exchange for the money and or something equivalent to it. So these days, the distance between the place of production and the place of consumption has increased, and intermediaries like agent, wholesaler, retailers, they reduce this barrier through marketing channel. So this is what we say features of marketing. Now this can be a question asked for 2 to 3 marks by quoting lines. Next is distinction between selling and marketing. Generally people consider both are synonymous as a layman, but they are different things. And we can say selling is a part of marketing. Marketing is a wider term, including a wide range of activities such as analyzing the need of customers, designing the product, accordingly pricing of it, selling product, and many other things like your after sales services. Let's see how we differentiate. First is process. Selling process starts after production and is concerned with the activities for promotion of the sale. Marketing starts much before production in the form of research and includes identifying the wants of customer, produces and delivers goods to the consumers for satisfying their need, and even continues after that also in the form of after sales services. Then the objective. The objective of selling is maximize profit through sales volume. The more you sell, the more you get profit. Whereas for marketing, here also you want to maximize profit, but through customer satisfaction. Then is focus on seller's need. In case of selling, seller's need. And in case of marketing, on customer's need. Then strategies. In case of selling, it is more of promotion and persuasion. and marketing is an integrated marketing effort. Then start and end point. Selling starts after production and ends with the sale of product, whereas marketing starts much before production and continues even after sales. Scope for selling it is limited, for marketing it is wider. Supremacy, if we say, producer is the king in selling, whereas consumer is the king in marketing. It's a stereotyped question, and if the alternative is known to you, please prefer taking the alternative for your exams. If you don't know the alternative, then take up this one. Next, we'll be taking up various philosophies involved in marketing, and you'll see there are two parties, buyer and seller. And in a cyclic manner, at one time you'll see the buyer dominates, seller goes down, then reverse happens, seller goes up, buyer comes down, and so on. Till we reach to the last one, that is societal. So we'll take these one by one. First one is economies of scale in the form of production concept. So first, production concept, where companies believe that profit could be maximized by producing large scale. So they increase the quantity. Their outlook is that it is easy to sell the product when products are inexpensive and easily available. So they never focused on quality. They mainly concentrated on the quantity of the product, and the aim was to earn more profit through large scale production. Now, here, who dominated? Seller. Buyers didn't have much choice. They're left with the inferior quality, low price product they had to buy. Now, in case of product, buyers' position dominated. They became quality conscious and were willing to pay more price for a better quality. So this concept says that the customers would favor those products with superior quality, performance and features. These people believe that the quality of the product is key factor to maximize profit. The aim is to earn profit through quality improvement. Right? So here who is dominating? Speak out. Here buyer is dominating by dictating the quality that he needs. Third is selling concept. Now it's an aggressive approach. And here again, come to the reverse situation, seller dominates. According to this concept, it is assumed that the customers would not buy or not buy enough unless they are adequately attracted and convinced to. So therefore, firms would undertake various promotional techniques such as advertising, sales promotion, personal selling in order to generate large demand for their products. It helps in pursuing the sales volume of the product, thereby increasing profit. So here, customer satisfaction is not a key factor. You have an aggressive approach. You have to sell by hook or crook. Next, marketing concept. Here you see buyers jumping, hopping. That means buyers dominate. And as you see, it is written the customer is the king. So total market is customer oriented. According to this concept, an organization can achieve its object by identifying the needs of its present and prospective customers and effectively satisfying them. Their main objective is profit maximization, but through customer satisfaction. Now, till this, we saw there was a cyclic up and down in between buyer and seller. In one, buyer dominated, in other seller, then buyer dominated, then seller. But here onwards, the last one, that is society. Both buyer and seller are willing to transact. But there's a third party which interferes and objects, and that is society. According to this concept, marketing strategy must honor the social values. It should aim at consumer satisfaction with environmental conservation. That is one part. There are other aspects also of society. It means that marketing efforts should not be selfish enough to maximize profit at the cost of the society. Price stability, quality of goods, availability of resources, pollution control, etc. are the examples related to societal concept of marketing. So here, one more question. In spite of the willingness of buyers and seller, who is the third party and under which concept it can object? So it is societal concept. A big picture of the society is to be taken before deciding or speaking out anything. Now, with this, we have taken up the philosophies in detail along with the differences and features. Thank you. This is Jyoti Srivastava, your commerce guide in BST. God bless you all. In the next slide and video, we'll be taking up the functions. There are 12 functions. In brief, we'll be taking up 12 functions in brief in our part B, which will be coming within a week. Stay tuned with us. God bless you all. Thank you very much.